What's going on, guys? Welcome to NinjaCast. We haven't had a cast in a while, and the reason for that is because I was here, ShredQuarters in Cincinnati, Ohio, with Andy Schrock, Doug Desautel, Aaron Cairo, Ty Moss, Johnny Geiger, Chris Chan, all the guys. Jason Park. I keep leaving people out every time I try to say everyone's name. It was just a lot of people having a lot of fun. A lot of things went on. And that's what this episode of NinjaCast is dedicated to. Nothing but questions and answers about the Cincinnati trip. So, we will take it to the chat, and I'll just talk about whatever comes to mind. I have no audio. Hold on a second here. I'm back. There's Ty Moss right there. So when I got to Ohio, I didn't have any sleep. So I missed a whole day. And I didn't expect that to happen. I figured I'd be able to sleep on somebody's couch. But right when I got there, it was 8 a.m. People were already, doing stuff. So, whatever. It was a good time. So, yeah, let's jump into the chat for question and answers. Donovan says, how was the trip? The trip was great. I could not ask for a better trip. It was just, it gets really hard for me to skate every single day. You know, when I'm here, I probably skate 3 days a week. Out there, I skated 8 days in a row, almost, and it just fucks me up. You guys killed that down rail. The front nose was beast. How many tries did it take you? I front nosed it almost every try. But then when I went to kickflip front nose, it took about 9 billion tries. It was really fucked up. It just took me a long time. It was very frustrating. Chris Chan landed about 900 kickflip front boards. Andy Schrock landed that kickflip grind in 10 tries, which was really surprising. Because if you guys see the way he looks when he skates, it just looks like he's not about to land it. And then, he landed that in almost no tries. And then I came out here and took all day to land that kickflip front nose. Bim Tud says, where did I stay when I was in Ohio? I stayed in a room, like a small hotel room with me, Doug, Aaron Cairo, and Gabe. And Gabe is Aaron Cairo's buddy, sidekick, who films and edits, stuff like that. So that's where we stayed. Ty Moss and Chris Chan stayed in the same hotel but different room. Oh yeah, by the way, we're doing the 100,000. I got a fucking itch in my ear. 100,000 subscriber giveaway. Good job goes to me. We just did a barbecue yesterday, but I don't know, man. I was trying to get in the mood, the party mood, and I just couldn't do it. But Oil says, was Ty Moss cool? It was my first time meeting Ty Moss, and I think he's a lot quieter, or at least when I was hanging out, he was a lot quieter than he seems on his channel. But also, you got to think, he just drove, a long-ass way from point A to point B, and there's a lot going on. He just seemed like, for someone who does a lot of vlogs, you sort of you think that they would talk a lot more, but he just pretty much did his own thing, I'm not saying he was super quiet. It was just much more quiet than you would have thought, especially compared to, somebody talking all the time Andy or me. I'm talking all the time. Oh, that's a good question, Anthony. How adorable was Raiden? When we filmed this video, it was so hard for me to be, mean. I was trying so hard to just be in your face, Raiden, yeah! And every time I did it, he would get, it would kind of, bum him out. He wouldn't, cry or nothing, but he would just get, And we told him, I was listen, Raiden, we're just joking. And, eventually he got the hang of it. But it's so hard to yell at a kid so freaking cute. He's just I can't do it. I was just oh no, why do I gotta be mean to him? I just want to give him a hug. And he kept running away, and I'm like, Ryden, like, don't run away, don't be scared, man, we're just having fun. So Ryden was very cute. He said all kind of funny quotes. If it was a camera on him all day, that would be a 1 million subscriber channel. He always has something funny to say. Even in this video, I'm like, somebody paid you to lose the game, and he's like, Caillou. It's like, what? He's like, Caillou paid me. What are you talking about? Like, he might not know exactly what he's talking about, but I thought the video came out really good. Did me and Andy have a game of Skate? I beat almost everybody at Skate. I was feeling great, except Chris Chan. I didn't get to beat Chris Chan. I beat Johnny Geiger in a game of Skate, which I was super proud of, but we had to play with some special rules. So you guys will see that next week. I'm really proud of that. I beat Johnny Geiger in a game of Skate. And for those who don't know much about him, because I didn't know anything about him when I came out to ShredQuarters. I knew nothing about Johnny Geiger. I think he's probably easily top 5 best flat ground skaters out right now. And I'm not exaggerating. He is for sure top 5 best flat ground skaters in the world right now. He consistently does tray flip, triple flip, and he has all these other crazy circus tricks that he can do, and he lands them all every time. Triple flip, big spin flip, double flip, big spin flip. He does everything. It's just crazy stuff. And he was always in a good mood, always laughing, always playing. He plays a lot of instruments. I guess I don't know about a lot of instruments, but he plays guitar and harmonica, so that was dope. You know, really unexpected. Walked into ShredQuarters every morning, and if he was there before me, it would just be like, you know, somebody playing acoustic with harmonica, some Bob Dylan shit. So always a good time. Is Geiger high 24/7? I don't know. I know there was some weed smoking going on, but I don't know who all was smoking. It might have just been Jason Park, because I don't know. You guys know I don't smoke weed, so when it's weed going on, you know, I'm usually not the first person who's like, hey, I'm in. It doesn't work like that. So I don't know. If y'all want to ask about weed, I don't have the answers. It was great to see the whole crew together, but are there distinct differences between all of you because of where you're from? I don't know. We're definitely all a lot different, but that's pretty much to be expected. Maybe not, though. You know what I mean? You get everybody together who all kind of has the same job. You might kind of expect them to all have the same attitude, but for us, we're all very different, you know. I made a bunch of jokes about Aaron Cairo in the past, and, you know, probably going to be some more jokes in the future. But he was a super cool dude, despite, you know, being this. He's kind of weird on his channel, right? He just kind of has this weird personality on his channel. But then when you hang out with him, you're like, oh, okay. Like, it's a lot more normal because it's not all edited and that shit. I got along with everybody. Everybody was really cool. You know, Brian Ames was super cool. Brian Ames. I always say Brian Ames. We were just making jokes with everybody. Like I said, the only person I didn't really get to know that well was Ty. And probably just because he was rooming with Chris Chan. So a lot of the times when it was hangouts happening, he would be kind of separate. Because, like I said, it was me, Cairo, and Doug, and Gabe. So I clicked with them really well, but it's also probably because we just spent a lot of time in the same room, and whenever we took a car, we was always in the same car. I rarely rode with Ty. But everybody was, man, it was a great trip as far as, you know, personalities. I think it kind of goes to show why a lot of these channels are successful. And, you know, maybe not just because of work ethic, but because of the kind of people these guys are. You know, they're all really positive people. And, I don't know, I really enjoyed being surrounded by like-minded people who are down to work hard. You know, especially you think, like, Gabe sits there filming all day, and that ain't that fun. An extra shout out to Doug, because Doug spent a lot of time filming. And filming is not that fun. It's not fun to do. Filming is fun when you're filming for 15 minutes and then you switch. But sometimes you got to film for like an hour straight. In fact, Andy was filming a trick on a manual pad. It was everybody skating this manual pad, and I didn't really skate it too much because I was tired or something. And Andy was filming this manual pad for like 2.5 hours, and it's slanted. So the next day his calves were all messed up just from filming. But I guess that's part of it's part of like having YouTube or skateboarding as a job. Sometimes you got to do some stuff you don't want to, which is also pretty dope because all these guys were down to do it. I filmed a little bit. Not a lot. Extra film cred shout out goes to Doug, Andy, and Gabe. They put in a lot of work for filming. The funnest part of the trip was Warehouse Wednesdays. And if you guys haven't seen on Andy's channel, there's a Warehouse Wednesday with... Who's already done one? The Chris Chan Warehouse Wednesday, where they threw the darts at him. A bunch of people hitting him with darts. To give you guys some secret information. On the very first trick he did, I nailed him right in the face. Boom! And it was right after this big talk we had. Like, listen, guys, don't try to hit him in the face while he's doing the trick. Just hit him right after. So he's rolling up. I couldn't help it. I wasn't aiming for his face, but it just worked out that way. Before he even got to whatever he was skating, I think it was the rail. I think the rail was the first thing he skated. Before he even bent down, I got him right in the face. Boom! And, yeah, that was a little insider info. So Chris Chan's was fun. And then, who else did one? Aaron Cairo did one, which is already out, where we were like skateboard judges. We had to judge the tricks. So that one was a lot of fun. And then if you guys also haven't checked out Weird Line Wednesday, you guys need to look at Jason Park's Weird Line Wednesday, because that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I could not stop laughing. I did a Weird Line Wednesday, and it came out pretty good. But it's pretty tough to compete with Jason Park on being weird, if you know what I mean. Doug just said I aimed for people's nuts every time. There's a video on Ty Moss' channel where he comes up to me, shoots me with the dart, and it hits me directly in the tip of the dick. Like, just boo, boo, just the pinpoint accuracy of that fucking shot. He was filming it. Like, I was in the corner trying to shave because there was not a lot of outlets to use. They're all taken up by phone chargers and computers and shit. So I'm in the corner trying to shave, and I just got hit right in the fucking dick. He walked up. He's like, hey, we're going to talk to Black Ninja. Foo! Got me right in the dick, and it hurt really bad. I wasn't trying to act like a bitch on camera, so I kind of, like, manned up about it. But it really hurt. It really hurt my penis bad. Check out this manual. I think we was talking about it last NinjaCast. Look at that. You know how hard it would be to jump back in? That's crazy. That's crazy. Riley P said, have you ever drank cologne? I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Is the ShredQuarters different in person than in videos? The rail... I might have just talked about this. The rail looks really easy, but it's not. Okay? It's not scary. Okay? It's not like a crazy rail. It's just tough. And for me, it was tough because you had no time to set up your feet. I don't know how some of the tricks that have been done down it happen. And then I think, like, if someone was to skate that rail nollie, that would be really tough. And I'm sure there's a couple people skating at nollie, but that would be pretty tough to do. Someone asked, how was the flat bar? Or Arnold, an old man. I said Arnold. He said, is the flat bar as sketchy as it looks? And yes, the flat bar in ShredQuarters makes no sense. And we were supposed to do a Flat Bar Fridays tomorrow, but I'm going to edit it later. It's just too much to edit. It's going to be too much to edit. But if you think about a flat bar, if you walk up to a flat bar and you stand on it, you should be able to balance on it. You know, if you have decent balance. If it's a fat square rail, you should stand on it and be able to balance. If you stand on Andy Schrock's flat bar, it starts like jiggling because there's no support, and it's made out of half wood, half stop sign. And then you also got to think, if you don't get into your trick just right, your wheel will go under the flat bar because the top layer is only like it's like as thick as a tech deck. So what makes it even more scary is if your leg brushes against it, it could cut you open. It is not fun at all. It was not a fun flat bar at all. Andy Schrock loved it, and he killed it. You know, he hit quite a few kickflip front feebles. Andy Schrock really impressed me on this trip because he did a lot of tricks, a lot of really tough tricks with minimal effort, and he always strikes me as the kind of guy that tricks take him a long time to do. So maybe he was just getting lucky, or maybe he's just a lot better than we all thought. I think a lot of it might also be maybe last year when he was all stressed out over business and getting married, and he had a lot of other stuff going on, and getting a warehouse and stuff like that. I think he was skating a lot less. And then you think now he has a lot more time. You know, his schedule is a little more maintained, so he has more time to skate at his own leisure. So I think he's just getting better, if you ask me. But hey, what do I know? Kickflip back 50-50 was crazy. You know, it only took him like 10 tries. Was that my first time at ShredQuarters? Yes. The last time I was in Ohio, Andy didn't even have a warehouse. So I don't know. It was a great trip. We skated a spot called Shapes, which there is no spot like Shapes anywhere I've ever been. It's right on a busy street underneath like a walkway with convention goers. It's at like a convention center. People walking every direction, looking around. People trying to get by you. Busy street. And there's this bunch of crazy, colorful shapes with ramps and ledges and manual pads all squished together. No cops. No nothing. And it looked like a lot of fun. It did not look easy, but it's one of those tricks where it's just like tricks. It's one of those spots where it's just like photogenic. You know, where else are you gonna go where you see all these cool colors and these cool shapes? I guess that's why it's called Shapes. But yeah, there was a lot of potential for crazy stuff to go down. Chandler says, I heard you lost to Gray at some Mario Kart. Look, I was beating on everybody, and then she lost like 10 games in a row. And then suddenly when the camera comes on, she's beasting on everybody. Which makes no sense. But I guess she's a gamer too, so maybe she's just a fast learner. Tell you one thing though, I feel like you guys might not understand how big of a deal this is. But I beat both Chris Chan and Jason Park in Smash Brothers. To you, that may not be a big deal, but if you understand how good they are at Smash Brothers, I beat them. I beat them at least twice each. I mean, I'm not going to say they didn't beat me, 30, 40, 50 different times, but it was a handful of times that I beat that ass with Ness. Ness. Did I get any tricks at Shapes? No, I was, something was wrong with me. With my legs, something was wrong. I don't remember what was wrong with me, but my legs were messed up. Actually, I think Shapes was either the same day or the day after I did the kickflip front nose. So I was just messed up. See, I didn't get no tricks at shapes. I wanted to do like a some weird handstand thing, but I couldn't do it. The thing about it was there was another spot right down the street that was way better, in my opinion. It was a little manual pad, and I got some pretty dope manual tricks. And I also skated this, if you guys seen it on Instagram, I don't know if the photos have all been posted, but there's some pretty cool photos. I grinded this rail, and the rail was only like, I can't explain it. The rail was like a normal rail, like maybe like a stomach high rail. And I can't jump that high, so there was a ledge next to it. So I jumped off the ledge onto the rail, and it was only the jump. You only got to jump like this high. So a quick little ollie, bank. But if you fall frontside, you fall like to your death. You know, as they say on Dual Survival. If you fall, you're either gonna be dead or you're gonna wish you were dead. And it would have been cool because you fall into like a waterfall. So I would have fell, broke an arm, been completely covered in water. Then the current would have swept me away. He might have never found me. But it was really cool. I was stoked that other people were stoked, because I was looking at that thing like, I'm sure somebody's done this. Well, might as well at least get a photo. And then Andy and everyone's like, no one's done that. That's crazy. Who would do that? And then I was like, well, it's not that crazy. And then turned out I did it, and everyone was stoked. And then the next day, Andy did it. I think it's one of the things in skating where once you see someone do something, then you realize, like, oh shit, that's not really that. It's not as intimidating as I thought it was. Did you have to deal with any scooters while I was there? I actually signed a bunch of scooters at the skate and hang event. It was a lot of autographs, and I gave out a lot of stickers and prizes and shit, and signed a bunch of shirts. But I was kind of surprised that these kids would want me to sign their scooters. And I wish I would have done it, man. There was one kid who wanted me to sign his forehead and write "Scoot Life." And that's the only thing I regret about the trip. I regret not doing that, because he wanted me to sign his forehead and write "Scoot Life," and then I turned around to sign something else, and when I turned back around, he was gone. So I just really wish I could have signed the kid's forehead, "Scoot Life." That would have been a really funny picture. We got Doug Desautelis in the chat. From what I've heard, there is a new AmGrip rider, and a lot of you guys seem to think it's me, but I'm gonna dispel those rumors right now, because it's not me, and I don't know who it is, but I'm curious. I think one of the hints was it's got something to do with Hank Hill, so I don't know what that means. I don't know who that is, who that could be, but it's somebody. Where's the best place you've been to street skate? In Ohio was this manual pad that I really enjoyed. It was just a little small manual pad. I can't explain it. It was like at some baseball stadium or something. So that was cool. We're going to try to limit most of our questions to the Ohio trip, and then I guess we'll just call it a day. We got a lot of cool videos coming up this week. Did I play the dick-shaped level Jason made? Yeah, I played it. How do you know about that? Is there an Instagram or something? I don't know. I did play it, and it was a lot of fun. I wish I could explain it. If you guys don't play Smash Brothers, it won't make sense. But it was just this enclosed level. It was crazy. It was a lot of fun. Gregor said that I meet Michael the intern. I did meet Michael, and I thought he was a cool dude. They were originally they wanted me to ride with Michael because they thought it would be weird. Like they thought, like I'm an asshole and he's like super nice and clean cut, and they thought it would just be funny for us to be together. Which I guess like it's funny to think about, but then when we ended up hanging out, it was totally normal. As far as I could see. Funnest thing to skate in ShredQuarters was... You know what? I think the funnest thing to skate in ShredQuarters was flat ground, because there was a lot of games to skate, and I don't play a lot of games to skate, and I love competitive shit. So the ground is really nice. A lot of fun playing skate at ShredQuarters. But as far as funnest thing, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what was the funnest thing to skate, because the rail was really frustrating. I didn't skate the stairs. The big long ledge was tough. The manual pad was cool. The flat bar was wobbly. I don't know. If they had a mini ramp, I would probably say the mini ramp. Was it motivating having all the guys skating at ShredQuarters at the same time? Andy commented on this, I think maybe on the second day. I think when he learned the kickflip 50-50, or maybe when he learned kickflip front feeble, he was seeing everybody, doing all these cool tricks, and then he got out there and he did kickflip 50-50 for his first time ever, and then kickflip front feeble on the flat bar for his first time ever. And then he said to me something like, "Can you imagine how good we would all be if we skated together like this every day?" So you think he skated with us together for maybe like 3 or 4 days and already learned a couple of new tricks. I think it was kind of motivating. It didn't motivate me to really try harder, but it just made it more enjoyable. It made, for me personally, it made me able to skate more. You know what I mean? For like a greater amount of time. Because if I was just by myself and I owned the ShredQuarters and I was just hanging out by myself, I would still probably be skating only 3 times a week. But then you think you get everybody in there, I'm back up to like 6 or 7 days a week. So I don't know. By the way, guys, I had a quick cameo in on the Metro channel, Quit Your Ditching Tour, where I did a Stone Cold Steve Austin impression. So if you guys want to check that out, it might make you laugh. It's on Metro Skateboarding. Thanks, S. Gross. Totally forgot about that. Was it hard to skate with Ryden around, or did Andy keep him out of the way? Ryden was cool. Ryden didn't really get in the way at all. He just kind of does his own thing, runs around, jumps around, plays with the Nerf things. Yeah, he didn't get in anyone's way. And even if he almost did, he would probably say something funny where it's like, that's okay. It's kind of like, that's right. And he just said something cute. It's okay. Somebody named Moist Peen says, any sweet pussy there. It was no chicks, man. We did go to the bar. Me and Justin Ellison and some other people. I do not remember who was with me because I was drinking prior to that. At Brian Ames had a barbecue. I was drinking, getting fucked up at Brian Ames. Scarfed down at 211, drank a bunch of other beers, and then went to these bars, talked to a bunch of chicks, but I don't remember like anything from the night. I don't remember meeting anyone interesting. I guess somebody like put a donut down the back of my shirt or something. I woke up and I around my neck, and I was like, what the fuck? It's like sugary. It's like what, sugary shit on my neck. Like, what the fuck is this all about? And he's like, oh, you don't remember us putting the donut down your back? And I'm like, no? How the fuck would I remember that? I don't know. I think some chick bought me a beer, though, so that was cool. People out there just seem like hipsters, though. It was a lot of, hipsters I felt like I was hanging out with in them downtown bars. But, what do you expect? How many tries did Aaron take in the Manual Monday session compared to the other guys? You, for example. Aaron did most of his tricks first try. He's very consistent when it comes to doing manuals. So that was really dope. I'm pretty consistent with manuals too, but I was kind of trying to step it up because Cairo banged out 20 tricks in 2 minutes. So, I was going to do all my basic tricks. And then eventually I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing no bad. I got to step it up. He's over here doing hard tricks. I got to get some kind of banger. So I got switch heel manual. and then switch nose mount fakie flip. So that was cool. WNSS says, am I going to have a trick and snot job? I have no idea. When I see those guys, I'm like, hey, man, let's go film. But then they're like, hell yeah, dude, let's go. But then, I never get any info. So who knows? Who knows? Look at this, man. I love this place. I want to build one of these in my backyard, too. This would be sick. Is Ride Dog still messing with the chick with the ear fetish? That's funny. Yeah, I think he is. I love this video, man. I don't think it didn't get that many views, but I love this video. I'm really into this ninja training shit. Anyways, you smoked riding in that game of Skate. That was a lot of fun. I actually give you guys a little bit of secret info since you guys are watching NinjaCast. These are the videos I filmed while I was out there. Flatbar Fridays. Oh, wait, let me start. The big handrail session. Manuals. You already seen that. Flatbar Fridays. You guys have not seen that. And then games of Skate. I played a game of Skate against Raiden. You guys saw that. I played a game of Skate against Sam Tabor, which that'll be coming up. I played a game of Skate against Gabe, which was actually a pretty good game. And I played a game of Skate against Johnny Geiger. Yes, people, and that's going to be a really, really entertaining video. I also did a tour of the ShredQuarters, and it's a perfect video. Chris Chan shoots Andy Schrock right in the face with a dart from across the warehouse, and I'm like this close to Andy filming him. So it's just like, boop. It was great. And if you watch really close, the dart actually grazes my camera. It goes, grazes my camera, and then goes right into Andy's face. Wonderful. Dilly diapers. Dilly dippers. Dally dalgers. Dilly dallers. Dilly dalliers. Did the other guys put you through Skyline again? Here's the thing. Last time I went to Ohio, we did Skyline, and I said it was horrible. Okay? And I said it was horrible because it's horrible. It's terrible. It was voted worst food in America. Anyways, we go there, and Jason Parks never had it. Ty Moss never had it. Johnny Geiger never had it. I know better, so I didn't get it. I got like a spicy chicken wrap or something. I will not eat that shit ever again. I will never eat Skyline ever again. I swear to you. Or at least I won't eat the main thing that they sell, the prison noodles. But, so, Jason Park got sick right away. He went outside to throw up. Johnny Geiger, I think he ate the whole thing, but he was like, this is really gross. And I think Ty thought it was gross too. The other guys, they thought it was fine. So I don't think they didn't really have any issues with it. But I didn't even eat that shit. Look, you already know that a restaurant is going to be shitty. They bring out these little tiny crackers, like saltine crackers, but they're like this big. And they bring out like this little saucepan filled with salt crackers. Like you're in prison or something. It's disgusting. It is really gross. But for the first time ever, people believe me now. Because everyone thinks like, oh, that's Ninja. He's just being an asshole exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. This shit is fucking awful. It's horrible food. It's bad for you. It's horrible. It doesn't taste good. They don't put any like love and joy and care into like making it. And the waitresses are all pissed off at everything. They don't want to be there. They got to look at this shit all day long. It's 92% cheese. Okay? Mostly cheese. So people that do say, oh, it wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad at all. Basically all you're saying is cheese isn't bad. Well, of course cheese isn't bad. You could cover anything with cheese and it'd be half okay. If I took an 8% shit and covered it in 92% cheese, you'd be like, oh, this tastes weird, but it's kind of good. It's cheesy. That's what you would say. That's what Skyline is. Fucking gross. Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. And Ohio guys, they swear by it. They think that they're on. They think it's some gourmet shit. Oh man, it was disgusting. It was gross. I did have Waffle House for my first time ever. Which Waffle House is a chain kind of like IHOP or Denny's, and I always wanted to go there just because I hear a lot about it. And it was cool. Very average. Waffle House was very average. Ate a lot of Starbucks food, which was not very friendly on the bank account, let me tell you. But Starbucks is fucking delicious. You know, $5 for a drink, pretty insane. But you know, I'm on vacation anyways. I was blowing money on Starbucks. It was delicious. Oh man, it was great. Was Ty Moss kind of out of the group? Seemed like he didn't click with everybody. Ty Moss clicked with everybody. He just, he was just vlogging and shit. Oh my God, Doug. Doug just brought up some shit. It's called Tom and Chi. What is it? I don't know. They're famous for grilled cheese sandwiches. And you would think, oh, grilled cheese sandwich, that's pretty easy to make. Well, these people have mastered the art of the grilled cheese sandwich. They brought the grilled cheese sandwich to a level you'll never understand. It's unattainable by modern standards. They have just crazy flavors of grilled cheese sandwiches. And they have the world's first and only that I know of, grilled cheese donut. And I think Doug ate one, and there was actually a challenge. Gabe thought he could eat 5, and he only ate 2. And when I looked at it, you know, I kind of wanted to try it just because it's kind of like, oh, like where else are you going to get a grilled cheese donut? But I seen the way it made Gabe feel. Like it hurt his stomach. He said it was like a lot of like fat or something, like grease, like hit the bottom of his stomach. So when I seen the way he was looking after he took a bite, or actually after he ate 2 of them, I was like, I don't want one. I did have it was like a spicy pepperoni grilled cheese. I don't know what it was, but it was incredible. That was by far the best food I had in Ohio, was that grilled cheese. And we also went to a place called Yard House, which we have Yard Houses here. It's like I don't know if it's the same chain, but Yard House. It's like a place that sells food and has like a huge selection of beers. Like they had like 100 different beers. So I tried some crazy beers. I tried some local beers, like beers made and brewed in Ohio. So that was cool. And that was my second best meal. I kind of did it smart because every time we went to the grocery store, I got like chicken wraps. So that way, if it came down to it, if it was a real emergency, you know, if things were going bad, or if I got hungry, or if I drank too much, or God forbid, if somebody had to go to Skyline, I would have my own like backup meal. I think that's what you guys should do. You guys got to, when you're traveling, you always got to have your backup meal. The other guys picked very unhealthy backup meals like Pop-Tarts and fucking Pop-Tarts and Hot Pockets. Nah. I'm in there with the chicken wrap. It's not the most healthy thing, but it's definitely better than eating Hot Pockets all day. Since you guys are talking about Gabe in the chat, and can somebody tell me what this Gab joke is? Everyone calls him Gab, and I don't understand it. I don't understand the Gab joke, but a funny thing that happened was Gabe ate those donuts, and then we like hung out for a couple hours, and then he had to shit, and he was in the passenger seat, and there was nowhere to shit, so he just started freaking out. He was just freaking out. His legs were hanging out the window. Very weird. Very weird. Siri called him Gab. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Mr. I Eat Fingers. Did you get a swatch at Brian Ames Majestic? I don't know what swatch means. So let's get maybe a couple more questions, and then we will call it a day. I think the show is going pretty well. Actually, question and answer, I kind of... You know what it is, man. As soon as we made the chat room to where it had to be, you had to have an account, that's when the questions started getting good. What else happened out there? Ollie's meet and greet was really cool. Oh, there's Doug. It made me feel like super famous, man, because the kids out there, they have no shame. They'll run up to you and be like, yeah! And it was like, fuck, man, just chill the fuck out, man. And oh, bro, there was this one thing, man. After the product toss, we're at the top of this vert ramp, and I'm like, you know what I want to do? I want to run and dive into the vert ramp, and slide in. Someone's like, I'll do it, and everyone else is like, you're not gonna do it, man. What if you get hurt? And I'm just like, I'm not gonna get hurt, dude. It's a fucking vert ramp. No one can get hurt on a vert ramp. You just fall down and slide down. So I run, I jump, and I clip my tailbone right on the coping. Poof! And the coping bounces me off, and I fall. To me, it felt like I fell to flat. I mean, in reality, I probably did not fall to flat, but I slammed my tailbone, bounced off the coping, and then fell all the way to the ground. And I could not help but laugh. You know, I felt really dumb, and it really, really hurt my my butt. Probably one of my worst injuries of the trip. And that was one of them days. One of them days. By the way, the Doug in the chat who's chatting is the real Doug. So no need to question that. What else do we got going on here? Somebody said, is there footage of that? I don't know. I hope there is. I hope someone filmed it, because I don't know. Did I watch Chris Chan's game of skate at Battle of the Barracks? Yeah, I think he blacked out Bastion. I think he got him SKATE to nothing. Yeah, it hurt my butt and my pride. It hurt my pride in my butt. Let's do, look, my internet's fucking up. Look at this Neil Diamond. No one gives a shit. So, is there going to be any guests on this show? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. I've kind of gotten used to doing it right here. You know, my room is not set up for guests anymore. And, that Google Hangout shit kind of sucks. Did I sign any cake muscle boards? I don't remember. Maybe one or two. You know what I mostly signed was Revive boards, since it was a Revive event. But it was a great time. I had a great time. Alex B was out there. He got some cool B-roll footage of everything. You guys definitely need to check out Alex's channel to see what goes on behind the scenes at ShredQuarters. Josh Katz was not there because of college, I think. I think it had something to do with him not being able to get off college. And I haven't brought up Thomas, but Thomas was out there. A lot of fun to skate with. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing out. But I don't know what it would be. A lot of fun stuff happened. It was a great trip, and I can't wait for the next one. And you guys need to start hassling Andy to come back to Vegas, because he planned on coming back, but I don't know if he is actually going to. So tell him, Andy, go back and skate with Black Ninja. I want you guys all to say that to him so it convinces him. Any chance of a new GoPro video now that you're back? Yeah, dude, the GoPro's right here. Boom. We'll make some GoPro videos coming soon. Anyways, so let's do one last question, and then we'll call it a day, because this show has gone good. Oh, you know what? Let's get a Mike Pake in there. They're asking about Mike Pake. He is one of the Cake Muscle team riders, and I just sent him a deck for free recently, so we should get some footage back of him soon. I hope soon, because I don't know. I just feel like we need to see more footage of him. You know. All right, one last question. By the way, Doug is looking for a GoPro. Feel free to donate money to him if you want. If you want to. Okay, when we say feel free to donate, that doesn't mean, oh, please, 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 please give us one. Please give us your money. Fucking pussies, man. I hate that. I've never been so mad at YouTube. But let's move on. Let's get back to the action. One last question regarding this ShredQuarters trip, and then we are gonna call it a day, people. I got things to do. I am starving. I could die at any moment from starvation, I guess it would be. All right, well, no questions. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I had a great trip in Ohio. Special shout out to Andy, Brian, everybody from Revive and Force. Had a great time out there. I can't wait to see these guys all again. And it probably won't be too long. I'm sure I'll run into everybody again. And thank you guys. We made it to 100,000. And, you know, I'm still celebrating. I'm still feeling good. And they wrote about us in Jankum magazine. A lot of big things happening. A lot of big things that I'm really happy about. And we'll probably we can probably talk about that Jankum stuff next week. So I'll see you then. ShredCast.com. The show is called NinjaCast, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, every Thursday here on ShredCast.com. And don't forget to subscribe. And as always, please, people, if you see a video on my channel that you like, please share the video on Facebook. It's not too much to ask. It takes 2 seconds, maybe 3 if your internet's slow, maybe 5, 56K, but you can do it, and it means a lot to me. So that's about it. I will hang out in the chat for a little while and answer questions, but that's all we got for today, people, for the live show. Kuna Matata, bitches.